If nighttime is when your tinnitus bothers you the most, sound isn't the only lever you have. Here are 5 habits that actually move the needle, and most of them take 5 minutes or less to build in. Now, none of these are complicated, and you don't need to do it all 5 perfectly. I'll walk you through each one, why it matters for tinnitus specifically, and where I'd start if you only picked one tonight. Let's start with the foundation everything else builds on: timing. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, weekends included, helps your brain settle into a predictable rhythm. When that rhythm is irregular, it's harder for your brain to wind down at night. And the less settled your brain is, the more room tinnitus has to stand out. Once your timing is consistent, the next question is, what are you doing in the last hour before bed? Because that matters just as much. Putting screens away 30 to 60 minutes before bed isn't just about the light. Scrolling keeps your mind active and engaged, and an active mind has less capacity to relax, which means more attention available to land on tinnitus. Swap it out for something low-key instead, like reading, stretching, a few minutes of deep breathing. That's the signal your brain needs to shift gears. I have patients tell me all the time that the hardest part isn't always the sound, it's turning their brain off at night. And that's completely normal, but that's exactly what these next couple of habits are built around. Beyond screen time, what you're consuming earlier in the day catches up with you at night too. Caffeine later in the day can make it harder to fall asleep, and some patients notice it seems to affect their tinnitus directly. So cutting it off earlier is worth trying. Alcohol is trickier. It can help you fall asleep faster, but it often disrupts sleep quality later in the night, which is part of why some people will wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. with tinnitus feeling especially loud. So that covers your environment and what's going on in your body. The 4th habit is less about what you do and more about what you stop doing. Lying in bed, testing whether it's louder tonight, or trying to gauge it actually reinforces the brain's decision to pay attention to the tinnitus. The goal isn't to ignore it or pretend it's not there. It's to stop treating it like something that needs to be monitored every night. That habit alone surprises a lot of my patients once they notice they're doing it. Now, if you're finding this useful so far, don't forget to hit subscribe. I post practical breakdowns like this every week. Okay, that brings us to the last piece, which ties everything together. Something as basic as slow breathing or progressive muscle relaxation for a few minutes before bed helps shift your body out of alert mode. It's not about eliminating stress entirely. I wish that was possible. It's a small, repeatable signal to your nervous system that it's safe to settle down. It's also one of the building blocks in the brain-based approach I teach in Rewire, because training your brain's response is really at the core of long-term tinnitus relief. So to recap, consistent timing, screens off early, watching caffeine and alcohol, resisting the urge to check on your tinnitus, and a short wind-down practice. None of these are complicated on their own, but together they add up to a real difference in how tinnitus feels at night. If you want a starting point, my free guide is a good first step, and Rewire goes much deeper into the full brain-based approach, including how to build habits like these into a bigger system. Links are below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.